Hello, guys. This is our today topic. This killed chivalry. So let's start from short video and see what you think about this. Okay, let me just check. You don't have double my voice, right? Not double. Please write me in comments if everything okay with my sound. Hello to everyone. Okay, so let's go.
Respectful men, the men with boundaries, will not approach women because they're trying to respect their boundaries. And it is true that biologically speaking, women are far more attuned to subtleties, like body language subtleties, than men. So a lot of times, women will actually be giving off clues and cues that they want to be approached, but it's more like they're trying to give off.
Yeah, chivalry's dead and women killed it. And basically because of these like toxic feminist women that, have given guys all these shit and just been terrible when they approach them, now men don't want to approach. It's too much trouble.
Okay, guys. If it's true, I don't judge you. I would be afraid to approach too. I can completely understand from where you come if you're one of those guys who is afraid of approach women on the street because you don't know what and how this bomb will blow up on you, right? So we have a poll. This killed chivalry. Have American women killed chivalry for you? So there is four answers. You can take a participate in this poll, and then we will talk about the result at the end. We will summarize. But as for now, I see like 50, okay, almost 60% believe it is. It is. So I see here a comment of Kevin. I would like to pull it. I will be gentleman with a lady I'm dating. If she doesn't like it, I won't date her again. Yeah, you see, and that's what, you see, we can adjust to certain, ourselves to certain nowadays, tendencies, but to like certain level, right? But if it's just like, feels super not right for us, maybe guys just should open for them horizontal to find where those chivalry is very much appreciated, needed, and just expand their horizons to look somewhere else, right? So write me, guys, if you agree with the points in this video, if that's what you experience really in the West. Yeah, and I see from like having our clients sometimes when we tell them, like especially young guys, who not that much traditional, when we tell them, please make sure you bring like flowers on a date. They like, and if she's will be okay, like what will be her reaction, really, like they feel like they will look silly and stupid, bringing flowers. And in Ukraine, you have your perception of what you experience in the West, and then we have reality that exists in Ukraine, in traditional world, where women feel kind of that this man not interested in her, he's like not serious or whatever, like almost like slap in the face if you come on a date without flowers. And so especially if this couple already talk to each other in distance, like of course it's something that feminine women expect men to bring on a first meeting. Even in distance, if you start relationship, this helps to create this romance between people. So I understand, like, it's hard to act differently from having your perception, of what's normal, what's not normal in the West. But yet, in order to, be successful as Ukrainian woman, uh, of course, I mean, it's a both way work to like to understand cultures differences and just like be more patient and flexible. And trust me, good, decent, high quality Ukrainian woman are able to do that. She will do her best to provide, as many, flexibility as needed to make sure there is, like to make sure she is not doing wrong things, cutting relationship due to cultural differences, for example. So so you see, the thing that Ukrainian women, guys, still confused, like if Ukrainian women now live abroad, why they do need our help, um, simply because you see, guys, foreigner guys, they they not approach them on the street, because like I talked to mm, one prospective client on the phone, and he told me, I would like to approach, but I just like, I don't know, who's who. Like I can see she's Slavic, but you don't know. Maybe she was born and raised here, and maybe she's also like, have this like, you don't know whom to approach because you don't want to hit a bomb, So yeah, like, I see it's something very natural, easy thing for Ukrainian men. Nowhere, doesn't matter where they live, even, yeah. But so like they don't afraid because they don't have this experience of like being like turning down in very rude way or like aggressive way. Ukrainian woman, when you approach her, especially, like, yeah, if you're in Ukraine or like anywhere actually, like she will never be rude to you. She will be very nice, like, um, if she likes you, she would, give you her telephone number. If she don't like, she will just say something, not something really, Ukrainian people afraid to abuse other people, I mean, not Ukrainian people, like, I mean, they just like, this is feminine thing, uh, to be kind. It's a kind, so people don't want to, so like will not be, um mm, I mean, depends how you will approach her. I saw one guy walking in Kiev. He just like, come and grab ass of Ukrainian girl, young girl. I would be, I don't know, hit him in the head, with my bag, if I would have this experience, probably, I mean, this is not gentleman way of approach, and I like, I felt not good, for this woman seeing this scene. But if men approach in a very nice gentleman way, you will never have bad reaction, Actually, I think, yeah. Okay. So, um, it was no. This is, you understand. This is just too much. This is not about being chivalry, right? When men just come and grab ass of woman, This is. I mean, I can understand what would happen to this man in the Western world if he would do this, talking about palm trees, Yeah. So, um, those things, I think that, I grew up in being surrounded with a lot of like, men in my life. I mean, my father, my brother, his friends, and like my friends, with like, male representatives, yeah, of different type of relation to me. And all of them, that's the way I grew up, all of them was extremely gentleman towards me. So I will give you today a lot of examples, of things that they was doing for me, and the way I was like the way I was grow like this. So I was looking for those kind of treatment from men towards me. And this is a lot of Ukrainian women. Why they not against this? Because like the way they was treated by their loved one, father, brother, friends, and they this is their role model. So when you come at a door, like man always open door for you. If um you in the car also, man always like open door car for you. Not always, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, but I mean sometimes you're in a hurry, you just don't have this. But I don't know if it's just romantic dinner or something. This is part of this general like mood, or like mm, romance, of this beautiful story that you experience in the evening together. So of course this is just like you you create these emotions together, these stories. So it's beautiful, beautiful thing. So when men, for example, when I was younger, students, I was taking bus. If I was with my friends, they always like go first in a bus. They go out from bus. They always like giving me a hand so I can hold into this hand and like comfortably go down. So I think a lot of like mm, big big part of Ukrainian women being feminine is because men treat them with this strong masculine mm, like you know this carrying energy of them, offering this strong shoulder to rely on. Yes. So if, for example, you hiking, or there is some, I don't know, slippery way, I don't know, ice on the road, or dangerous part of the way, there's always men give also your hand to a lady, that's like to help her to across this part. And it's always women feel like, okay, he's care, and this is part of her security. It can be like dangerous, he can fall down, she can fall down, and she feels every I mean, the basic need, yeah, because by nature, woman, like she's not as strong as man, so like she has this tendency naturally when she's balanced. She has this nature of being protected, yeah, on many different levels, and one of them it's physical level. So that's how man shows that he's protecting her. If, like, I don't know, men. um we had situation I told you about, like one man just tell me some bad words in Kurchatic. I don't remember what he even say, but and then and just Joseph just saw this from like distance, but he saw how my changed face, and like I was like, I don't know what's going on, and just Joe come to him and just say something, or I don't remember. He made some photos of mine. He was asking to delete, or I actually don't remember what happened, but I remember how I felt. I felt that this man cares. He don't allow nobody, like, to abuse me, even like emotionally, in any possible way. And I was appreciative about that. I was standing there. I didn't have any intent to follow this man, to fight with him, to do anything. I just was like speechless. And having, I said always, like, when woman looking for a man, this is big part of her, like, feeling safety and security with him. And in many different levels. And so this was one time only situation like this happened, but I don't remember what happened, but I remember how I felt that this man cares. He can stand up for me, and it's just like, it was nice. It was I mean, situation was not nice, but I feel very nice towards Joe and our relationship, and how he appears to me from new side that I never like saw before, right? So mm, when you, for example, have in office meeting, So I'm just telling you what's normal in Ukraine, right? And you can just write me if this is still in the West, or I mean, from everything that I saw from um, you know, from YouTube and like, you know, things that's going on, partially what I experience here, um, I just don't see that. So, for example, in the office, if you have meeting and there is not enough chairs, you know, and there is women without chairs, you know, several women. It's always the case when, if it's happening in Ukraine, there is always men would bring chairs to women, you know. It's never like women go and like pretend I'm the strongest one, I can take care about myself. No, this is always like women will be, or like man offer his chair and he will bring for himself, you know. And this is just like an air, you know, nobody's think about this. This is just so like so deeply. And so when I hear like, you know, there is no traditional women in Ukraine, it just makes me laugh because I'm thinking like, if this is not traditional, what is traditional then? You know, if this is not part of traditionality, if that's what kind of relation, like behavior women expect in Ukraine, who they are, if they are not traditional, if that's what, you know, look for them, like they looking up for this kind of things from men, you know, experience this kind of chivalry, right? His behavior. Then for example, again, bringing flowers, right? Just simple things. Again, it's very appreciated. You will always see like, I don't know, 1001 smile from this woman in this evening, you know, a lot of appreciation, happiness. And then she will, when she will go home, she will keep looking at these flowers and always remember about you. So like, this is just one more way of creating this emotional connection between you guys who, you know, start in your romantic relationships. Then, for example, helping with a heavy bag. This is like really cool tip. If you somehow, I don't know, when war finish, you will be in Ukraine, and if you're trying and you live there, you don't know, trying to approach woman, this is the simplest way. You just go to supermarket, you look for a woman who is carrying heavy bag, and that you like, and you just offer your help to carry her bag. You know, this is like, you know, I mean, when I lived in Krishadik with Joe, I have so many times, like, you know, just like, I don't know, 10, 100 meters to walk from shop and to go home. But I have so many, it was not, you know, make sense to drive because it was so close. But I was always offered to like help with the bags. You know, this is very natural calling of man, and women very appreciative and grateful. You know, and of course sometimes like I was asking telephone. Sometimes just guys just help. You know, he don't have any expectation, just like because he feels this is right thing to do. You know, if he see women who carry you know, heavy bags, and if women will say you know, and I mean, if she will like reject your help, it will be only one reason. She will be just shy to accept it. It's not because she would feel this, oh, I can do this by myself, you know. So sometimes men need to be like more, sometimes like, you know, more insistent because I don't know. Sometimes they shy to accept, but it again, this is not because she can do this on her own. In reality, I mean, there is yeah, it's very it's very it's very well like not well perceived, it's very appreciative, it's very like uh, action of very like kind from, you know, from man to woman, where, you know, she felt really big greatness. uh, so when you pay bill in a restaurant, again, if you date this woman, again, this is how gentlemen would do, you know. um, he would not come up with the idea to share bills. I mean, in again, in the West, it's okay, and I understand this is caused by like desire of women to have date this way. And again, this is not something Ukrainian women want, and more, not like they they like they always feel like if this happening, okay, this is just like man don't like me, he don't see, us in relationship, and so like no problem, I will pay for myself, but just like it means no chemistry, no go. When so I will be I'm so sure about what I'm saying now, I will say, and I will say this for all Ukrainian women. All Ukrainian women, okay, maybe some some like very rare exceptions, I don't know. But all of them, if we talk, I see this, I talk to them in like, it's always like eyes changed everything when they talk about when it happened to them, that they meet this caring strong man, who wants to care. um how like they eyes shining, all of them wants to feel that, um you know when they meet this man, that to experience this. And what they talk about is actually about chivalry, because this is like first signs, of what's happening in the relationship, and that how she feels like that he's into her, and so when I talk about caring man, it doesn't mean this man just dissolving himself in a woman, like when he's doing like everything just to please her, like forgetting about him as a being, his needs and like his interest, and just like betraying himself just to please her, no, this is not. I'm talking about when man, comes to the point of showing this care to woman from self-respect, from self-love, from place of where he's, set in his he's very grounded in his, masculine energy, and just like from deep healthy connection with himself, he expressed this care and love and attitude towards woman he is interested, so so it's very important to understand this, in a desire of like, I don't know, impress woman, you should never forget about yourself, and see how, how you feel um about, like if her desires or her vision is not, or I don't know, her vision is not deal breaker for you, woman wants to know that you you know yeah, we talk about this in another video. She wants to know that you know where you go, she wants to feel the strength in you, and you cannot have it if you like, just like just like doing everything for her despite on your like betraying yourself, your inner instinct, or like feelings, just like so. Yeah. And then I know that woman, real woman, this is not just like body, it's not a dress, it's not it's just like outside attributes, although they come as a reflection of inner state, but just like woman, it's just like, it's a state of mind, right? This is certain energy, like, which is different from man. It's a soft flexible, light, enjoyful, happy woman who knows how to enjoy life, doesn't matter what. And I mean, not like doesn't matter what, but just like what I want to say, she doesn't need a yacht or like, or to, to feel that her life is worth something. Um, uh, Ukrainian people really, we have emergency alert. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Ukrainian women, what I was saying. So state of mind, right? And it's what I like about Ukrainian people, they know how to enjoy simplicity, simple things in life, and so it's just doesn't matter where they live. Like I have here, like my daughter's friends, they all time go, like in Ukraine, they enjoy nature, go fishing, like going doing I don't know, outside activities. So those things, I mean, like when you and so real feminine woman, she lives in this like high awareness position, like high self-awareness, where she know that her mood, this is her, her responsibility to take care, and if she's in like mood that better not to crash nobody around, she better self-isolated and just work it through, do whatever it's need to be done, and just come back and be again, be this I don't know, be this you call it bubble 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 personality, yeah, to a family, to her loved one. And I know that man, you know mm, why men like look for a woman, because by nature we created this way that man, he enjoying through woman, woman, like she's automatically, this is like sad, if she lives according to her nature, she this enjoyment, it's just something that natural happened to her. And man doesn't need a lot of things, in he can live in a cave comfortably all his life, but because he uh, when woman comes in his life, everything become very cozy and nice and just transforming. And men enjoy through woman, these things. So when man when man doing his things that he, that build up his responsibility, his whatever work, whatever he do, and when he I see that, men in the West, if like if women say I can take care about myself on my own, and just like a man, like, so what do I do here, why, like they lost it, they don't know what to do, they want to give their care in certain way, like we social, we social people, like we we created to exchange, to interact with each other, we deeply um, you know I mean, we can be happy as single, but we feel very different level of happiness, when we meet our person and we able to share this experience, together. And so when you have this I don't know how to say, ball of, changing synergy of men's and women's energy, it's just very different life, when it's again, you can experience. So always when man doing his stuff, that builds his masculinity, and just like taking responsibility for a family as man, as a leader, providing things for, his woman because he wants, not because obligated. This is the different thing, you know. When men love woman, he wants to do this, not because she tell, I want this, I want this. No, just because he love her and he wants like to do everything for her. And when and then you don't want to do this for every woman. The same like I talked yesterday to my mom. She's now cooking nonstop. She's her office is our kitchen, and like she say, there is like it's also like natural desire from woman come. She don't want to cook for every man. She don't want to care about every man. You know, it's just like naturally desire to like show your care and love if you feel this connection with a person, right? And so like my mom enjoying because like this is the way for her to show her love to us, and it's she feels very like Joe very appreciated, and it's give her more energy and desire to even like to do even more. And the same with a man, when he look in these beautiful eyes of woman that filled with appreciation and love and like tenderness and just like enjoyment, and wherever he can give her, it just creates this big uh, um, wings behind his back that he can fly to the moon and back. It just give him this power, on energetic level. He just like it's exchange of different energies. It give him energy to go and like to achieve more. And the more he do in life, the better. Also, like normally we more happy about ourselves. We just when we live according to like realize our potential. Um, like in all time developing ourselves to the better version of ourselves, be more happier, when we live in constant development. But again, men, if women not appreciative, men don't want to do nothing for her. So I understand when men do try to approach women and it's not like even appreciative. This is like he meets aggression. Yeah. um I understand why it's dying in the West. I can totally, relate to this. But it's not, it's not that in Ukraine. It's very needed there, and maybe you just need to, yeah, just change your focus and look in another place. Apply your desire to be a gentleman. And so, and always look, guys. When you choose your partner, always look uh, giving her small things. I don't know, flowers, everything. Look how she perceive it. Like, thank you, you know, or thank you, like, and you can see, her eyes change and like uh, she has big smile and eyes shining. That's what you want. You want those women because those women are resourceful. They have what to give you in the physical level, energetic level, and you always will be grow with them because it's never a case where like, you know, no matter what you do, she's always like unhappy and just unpleased and it's not never enough for her. It will not bring you in a position of happiness, with this woman. So look in these small things, the way she perceived it, um, your gifts, and it's always or gifts or attention, whatever. It's always give you big clue, how she, how you're going through, guys, through, those small experience. It can give you an idea how it will be in future, So let's read your comments, guys. Let's see poll result. 34 votes have American women. Yes, absolutely 38. Yes, if I understand you right, 21. So it's 50, 59. Kind of yes. Not really 24. I'm not sure 18. So 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 you see, most of the guys, they believe it's skills, and it does affect. Of course, it's. I mean, what is alarm? Emergency. To sit at home. What's going on in BC, guys? I never had this in Ukraine. We don't have nothing going on. It's maybe snow. I don't know. Okay, everybody at home. It's a lockdown. So, um, so yeah, most of you feel it's a fact. Of course, it's always like, like when it's always engaging. One person behave like this, it's effect on another person, right? So, but there is maybe those guys who say no, not really. Maybe it's those guys who say, listen, I'm gentleman, I don't care about feminism, I will behave like that, and if it's not perceived well, I will go and just find where it will be perceived well. Maybe that's what guys mean who feel it's no, not really. Or I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe you guys can write explanation, those who write no, not really, or you believe it's just not affecting nowadays dating yeah, dating experiences. Like one of those young clients of us, who, when I interview him in Kiev, he said, I just realized this is so different world, and like I understand how I'm not prepared for that, and so like he have to learn from his dating mistakes. And like afterwards he said, I wish I put more effort and time into like learning ahead of time, so I would save me from I would save those chances, like to do right thing. So like there was so many things, like for example, he say in the West it's normal when man talks a lot on a date, otherwise he's considered bored. Tell me it's true and all, but I mean he's guy who lives in the West. So yeah, it's okay, Martin, I think for now. Yeah, we'll just read what guys write also. Thank you. So so he was very talkative, and again in Ukraine this is like feminine feature perceived. So he was basically making he was acting towards expectations of Western women, but Ukrainian women just have different perception of or the way he set the dates, where he invited her for a long walk and she was on high heels. Those things you guys need to be attentive and just look, if she's in high heels, this is just not probably a good idea to go for, I don't know, walk in the park. Generally speaking, it's a nice like maybe second date. People like to walk in Ukraine very much, but just like you kind of need to plan your things and just like agreeing how you will dress if you have plans to make a long walk. But I mean, women, feminine women, they, most of them, just like if it's first date or something, a lot of them wear high heels and like um not really comfortable clothes or dress, so it's like not matching with activity. So it's important to be aware of that and just be attentive and like plan, or being flexible with your plans, according to situation that you experience, right? uh, so yeah, so I will look at your options. Grabbing a stranger's body in public, it is sometimes a pervert does it if he's already showing lack of respect to personal space and boundaries, then he's not relationship material. Yeah, I completely agree with you. It just yeah, it just was, I don't know, if we call it like behaving like an animal, and this is not that's not what Ukrainian women looking for, definitely. um I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. It's just ringing. I guess it's because snow started. What? It will be all winter now ringing or what? No, I don't need shelter. I'm in Canada. Did you see alert?
Woman.
Alarm?
What?
Did you see alert?
Yes.
Alert? What is this?
2-month-old baby was abducted in Surrey.
Joseph.
Yes, RCMP, police. They text everyone in the province.
What?
Yeah, 2-month-old baby abducted, stolen, and they have the man. They know they gave his name and age and everything.
Seriously?
They text everybody in the province.
Seriously?
Yeah. Seriously.
Wow.
Ooh. Don't be an animal.
Okay.
Ukrainian women love animals. Don't believe her.
I mean, animals, when you're already couple, you have your, I don't know, sexual games and everything, then you can be animal to each other, whatever works good for both partners. But, if a stranger on the street, don't be animal towards the stranger, okay? Okay, it looks like it just, So, as a Boy Scout, you help people. We were taught that the old school. Yeah, I mean, you see, older guy, like older generation, in America, I believe they like grew up also in traditional families, so that's why a lot of them just like have hard time to fit in nowadays tendencies. All those I saw there is comments from uh, like Canadian young woman. She was commenting under our videos that she grew up in Canada. I'm not sure if she ever been to Ukraine. I think no, but she grew up and she say like this is not culture. If you grew up in Canada, it's still depends who was your parents and the way they was taught you. So her parents was very traditional, obviously, and she's struggling with dating and living here. Like she's one traditional man. I feel like a lot of men become also, it's affect them, those things that men cannot approach and all of that. They're just like, you know I understand women with their behavior like cutting balls, of men. And it's hard to keep your masculinity, having this um, reaction back, keep your desire actually to be with a woman, to want her. When I'm in bad mood, nobody wants me in this family. Everybody wants me to go somewhere and take care about it, and I get this, and I know this is my responsibility. I will take care about this. I cannot be like 365 days and like 24 hours happy. I have my own things that I go through, and it's okay. We're not robotic. We're real people, right? But like it's always important to like see in this, be compassionate to your partner, seeing this. Don't take it for yourself, or if he tell me rude things, it's he don't appreciate me, he don't love me. Like, you don't take it for your own insecurities. You just understand this person goes through some hard time now. Just give her space and time, and to take care about her mood, to bring her back. So, Anna, I think a lady is still in UA. And those outside of you say their minds are different because of their situation. Mm, I just talk about this, right? Even this Canadian Ukrainian who was raised in Canada, and she's a young lady. She's teacher in school. I understand she's doesn't matter where she grew up. She say it's matter who was, and I completely agree. Who was, and the way she was raised. What was um, how it was in her family. What her was role model, right? And so of course, it's a fact. Also, women who who moved from Ukraine to the West, you know, they been also mm, they been oh, just very scary news about this alert. It's been sorry, what I was saying. Yeah, so it's a fact then, right? But the more like person mature, and like she is, um she knows her values, she knows her stand, I mean, she knows herself what she wants, so like any influence will like will feminism affect me? Maybe if there is some good sides of it, maybe I will just pick it up, like this. I told you about this swan, and his feature. I love this very much about this bird. When he drink water in a lake, he has filter that allow him to filter this water, so he take only clean water and rest is go out. So like, will it affect me in a toxic way? I don't think so, because this is not what I know. Those things will not be making me happy, and I don't need to live it through to find out this, I'm this age, and knowing myself, what makes me who I am, and like what things make me happy, and so I think actually all these feminism things where like women compete with a man, it comes from actually pain, and very protective mechanism, in psychology, when it's like when you have this pain, and like instead of looking there, and heal it, you just like build strong, walls around it, and like, oh, I am strong, I can take care about myself and all of that, things. But this is just like, you building up those things, and avoiding to, look there, what calls those things, what calls. So I believe it's subject to what you can heal, like if Western woman just like had enough, we all sometimes come to the point where we had enough, I see that, like, for example, I watched yesterday interview of Ukrainian Canadian lady, and she said that I see that, I like alpha male, but I see when I meet them, they don't want to be with me because I like, they say it's just like it feels like this, and I don't want this, and so she has been, mm, being Ukrainian, start to ask herself, from where it came, um, this strongness, and so yeah, it come from very tough childhood experience that she goes through, where she was in survive, fight or flight mode, and so it built these things, and so when you meet man that you really like, you fall in love with, and you understand this man don't want to be with you because you like uh, woman in a no woman in a, okay, like you kind of like a man, in a very female with a very strong masculine energy, you start to ask yourself how to change this, what do I need to do, with this. And so when if women come to this point where she say, I had enough, I want different experience, they able to fix this, but I think a lot of women still didn't come to this point where they had enough, they still playing this game, and it's okay, and sometimes, and somebody will never come to this point, but you can see there is a lot of coaches, start to become popular, who is talking about how feminism actually hurts women, that this candy that was presented and invented as a, like with a good intention, to help women, actually start to work against them, the way they the way where it leads them in a place of loneliness and unhappiness, and just like they have everything they want, financially, but they empty, and they're not happy at the end of the day. They have this because material things, they will never replace um this spiritual, soul, uh, feeling of warmness, um your happiness, it's not in outside attributes, it's always within you. And so in order to dig to this happiness, there is only one way. It's you look there, and you work on yourself, you go there, in a more harmonic, happy way of existence, and it will never be covered with the outside material stuff. So we go deep as always. Can I read your comment? I'm just like a wind blow. Okay, there's chivalrous. I'm chivalrous anyway, just the way I was raised. Yeah, you see a lot of guys who was raised this way. It's just very natural for them, understanding. Uh, so I was answering this question, right? And then I go so far away. I think it depends on her level of development, right? If she is this like low quality Ukrainian women, or okay, let's maybe call it not low quality. She's just young, and she just like think that, I don't know, money status will make her happy, and she's chasing for this experience and living like my munchkin brain chicken, how you call it, experiences. Just let her go through this and learn from it. A lot of young women, they think this way. So it's hardly depends on on quality of the woman and her life experience and her self-awareness and all those things. So it might affect, it might not, depends on this inner foundation of herself. So it's like how she see herself as being part of this world, where she is, who she is, how well she know herself. The same with the man, the same with the man. It's hard really to find you know your soulmate if you don't know yourself first. It's like an Amber Alert in my country. When a young child goes missing, an alert goes out to every phone in the area. Yeah, it's scary thing why children missing in Canada, in safe country. This is just so. Oh, yeah. I think was a movie documentary in. I'll try maybe. Yeah. Okay, it's not in the. Maybe we'll share in our Brush Brothers. It's very. I will watch it as well. That's the answer. Where they disappear and what's going on in this world. So have to be just cautious. The parents. Doesn't matter where. It felt like before we have to be more cautious in Mexico, but I'm not sure where. I mean, in Ukraine, their own things, right? I mean, war. It's just like for children. It's so hard, like mentally, to go through these things and just keep this level of love and sunshine and bubbliness that children naturally have, towards world. If man and woman develop strong moral values in them, she will simply influenced by negative things. Yeah, 100%. It's just, yeah, that's the right name for those things. Value, like we all have, we grow up with with some values, right? But that's set by our parents, by the way like they taught us to live, right? So I had always like good connection with their, and understanding what my values are, right? And I was choosing my partner also, based on my values, so like I don't know, I never was okay if like one of my young boyfriend, he was telling me at some point at the beginning it was okay, he was very traditional, I was first woman that he girl that he introduced to his family, like we had real serious relationship and everything, but then he, I don't know, he, you see, um, he became involved with politicians, and basically they influenced him, his mindset, his vision, everything, and he started to prepare me that, I should be okay with him going to banya sauna, having their girls, I don't know, doing all possible stuff. And like I know my, my values, my self-worth, and I say I will not be never okay with this. And so like he he was developing dramatically quickly financially, growing. He's like, you will never don't need nothing, like I will be but I don't need I don't need um like for me, financial stability and security will be never um upper than like fitting with my values and things, uh, seeing the way I want to be treated in relationship, although there is some Ukrainian women who would, live in financial stability and know that their husband cheat them, and they just close eyes on this. I know I'm just not this woman who can, close eyes on these things. So like, there's no purpose to continue relationship. It's just like, I mean, if it's it depends, like if it's one time happened, this is one situation. If it's just like, for years, just like, two relationship exist at the same time, what you talk about, so I believe in our forgiving nature, but like, if it's not um you know if it's life that a happy family life that created just like, you know it's like, candy with the beautiful outside and the inside is so like so that, why to be part of it, so like, so values, it's a big thing. When you date woman, ask her, what her values, what's her, like what things she will and see if it matches with you, what she's, capable of for her. Yeah. So for me, it always was important. Like, for example, if I'm dating man, I know what he's doing for a living, and it's never can be like criminal or some, things that I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be, um, um, like, for me, it's important things, So like woman when she date man in Ukraine, she's normally, she's dating with a serious intention of like, having him as a future husband. And so you understand this is not just your husband. This is like future, parent to your children, and what he will be parenting them. If you have very different set of like life values, how like you know how long and how mm, this journey of yours will be, how far away you can go, having this basic it's serious deal breaker, in my case it's deal breaker. So taxpayers were created by those demons to get more money by breaking the family units. They founded the feminists and started decades. Yeah, I believe so. It's just like, brainwashed. It's everywhere. I think that Institute of Family, it's just like something that becoming less and less popular, in the world. But separating people, making them lonely, they making us actually weaker. They making us not as powerful as we can be together with a right life partner, because woman and man, when it's right match, it's always the synergy of like energy, results, life results, and everything. This is just it's just magic. Even like it sounds maybe funny or very, but it's true. And so you know propaganda, of those brainwashing, yeah, it's much easier to manipulate people by having their very, but having, by them being weak, weak, and weak in their self-awareness, um, in their realizations, in every possible way, much easier. So, but the question, okay, it exists, and we can just sat there and just talking about how bad it is, blah 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 blah, blah, and we just like our energy will drain, to like fight. This is always like personal choice. You take it or you not take it, or you say, I'm not okay with this. I don't want to, I I know what I stand for. I want family. I want woman who is behave like a woman, and I want to be a man, because I know by, acting according to my nature, it will lead me to my, to life of happiness. At the end of the day, we all want to be happy. That's the ultimate goal of all of us, living this life. So when I live according to my nature, it leads me nature to very harmonic position of ourselves. I don't know many, but I heard in some like training course when I lived in Ukraine, some of those cases where women behave like kind of like feminist in the West. I mean, she's strong woman, she's provider, and of course, to be balanced, she attract man who is, who's basically cooking at home, the exchange of roles. But I never, not one time I heard those couple being happy, Yes, they're still together, but just like they exchange roles. Maybe, maybe somebody, as long as it's agreed to couples, it's always, if people will take this role, it just man who is afraid to be a man, it's also caused by his, by his, trauma, by his suppressed, this man's energy that he can appear to the world, by the way he was treated in childhood, where he have hard time to make decisions, because all this is training from childhood, like, I don't know, it started from which trousers you want to wear, the small decisions, right? And then if you learn and manage to, do the decision and don't be overtaking care of by your mom, and like just where you have space to, to 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 make decisions, to take responsibility, to build up your confidence, then you don't have problems in adult life, right? But so when it happened, that man like grew up in a very in masculine way. He's looking for this mommy woman, who will be taking this role of like, being the strong woman. So those couples, they can meet. They sit, and she was growing up in a family where father was like, nobody and doesn't have names. So like, I mean, he was just was there, so also this woman, she's just repeating unconsciously model of what she was living as a child in her family. So, and then this couple, they come together, and so they kind of satisfied each other, pain and needs. But if you talk to women and talk to men, normally it's very rarely when they like really, because they, instead of healing their part, and taking taking um, taking efforts to actually fix it, to heal it and to start to live according to your nature. People choose the way, just to live with their, accept how it is, and knowing this couple, and other, I don't know many, but as long as some of them that I meet through my lifetime, it always was the case, woman, okay, I have it, but I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy. When women take a man's role, and she has man who is basically taking woman role, so that's the thing, and that's sad part of it, traditional roles are not equal value in higher than women. It's equal respect and value. Value in higher than women. I'm not sure, Andy. I don't understand. Respect. It's as important as love. Love the most important, but without respect, definitely don't go. And in my video that I've done, how Ukrainian women rate SMV of a man, uh, you can find it on our channel. I put first, it's how reliable he is, number one quality that they looking for, and then second, having common values, and goals, matching, right? If when wants right now to have children, and she say, oh, so I have 3 already, I don't want more, so this obviously it's deal breaker for them. So having common, this is number one. Number two, and then there was something one more, I just done it so 4 years ago, so I have a hard time to remember how I structure it. But desire, that was desire to next one was desire, and to take care about family, to take responsibility for a family, and then next is goes how he looks, so and of course, if woman young, it can be different, but still it will be never number one, the way he looks. So it's different system, but values, yeah, if women see, this is just very different value system, from how she lives, it just, yeah, will not work, and that's what they're looking for. The question is it happening in Ukraine? You can see this in that women are having tattoos in their body. This is satanic. Yeah, it's happening in Ukraine as well, but I can say definitely it's much less in Ukraine tattoos than he's seen people with tattoos in the West living now. I mean, Alan, honestly, I feel like when we live in very high categorical, mold to to things, it's a tough life. I've been there, being more open minded and just looking through, like my daughter say, I want a man to look inside my soul, not seeing me in outside. It's her, she's 11 years old and she already know how she will be choosing her, every woman, especially Slavic, especially Slavic, they don't want to be trophy wife, I don't, and then every person just simply wants to be to be loved and perceived by without judgment, and just for who they are, if it happened that she's young, put this tattoo. I mean, I don't personally have, but I mean, I'm just very accepting to, actually, to all people. I would say. I mean, not like exception, but just like let it be. Somebody's experience he's going through. He needs this. He chooses, and there is something for him. In this experience, and so I am. I've been there where I live very highly fanatical way towards food and like mm, towards seeing things, and this is not a place of happiness. But if I wouldn't be there, I would not be so sure about what I'm talking right now. If I wouldn't live it through. So, and international relationships, it's one of those things that requires a lot of flexibility, being open-minded and being understanding towards each other, and very accepting. So I wish also always also men look more, into woman's nature, her inner world. I mean, I understand, and I just like Joe would fight me on that I'm not a man. I will never understand like man how it's called. He say visual. Yeah, I understand it. It's okay, but just like I know I've been in a relationship mm, when I felt like I'm trophy girlfriend. It was not fun. And as soon as I realized that, I was just like, it was turned off for me. It's end up. I don't want to be trophy. I want deep, emotional connection on many levels. Yeah. Thank you. What? He's our reliability, responsibility, commonality, common interest, life goals. Yeah, okay, on 3. But yeah, because second it's just responsibility. Reliability, what I mean by reliability, yeah, he's just like, some guys just like appear. Even our guys who come on introduction call for the first time, I just don't get that. Guys, don't do this. And you come on introduction call, and you really, we can see that, from body language, from way conversation goes, you like woman. And then it is test drive, right, that you do. And then you tell her that you're going to meet with her. You place her with this, set her with a hope, of like future relationship, and everything. And you tell her so many great things, and like we like, wow, such a great connection and everything. And then you just don't proceed, you disappear, and you just like, we don't become a client, but we always open to discuss and to find way that, so you will never like leave behind. If this is really something that you really want, we will find solution. But when you go on a quiet mode with no explanation, and these girls, it's just like calling our office, just like, he told me he wants to meet with me. What you doing, where is my bachelor, like, did you introduce him to another girl, and her heart is breaking, and like, we feel really bad for them. So please don't do this. If don't come here to play with girls, with Ukrainian ladies who, they come to us because they believe that we introduce them to men with the same, intentions, and just like, you have serious intention. And so that's why I wrote in my SMV number 1, reliability. If man blah blah blah, I will come to you, I will blah 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 blah, his action completely different. You understand? And I always say, please, I would tell matchmaker, we need to talk to this lady and just explain this is blessing for her. If she met man who just behave like this, better it's now than later. She find out that this is only blah blah blah. So that's why I write reliability. Guys, his words equal with his actions. And there is, unfortunately, I have to admit, working with Western guys for 4 years, unfortunately, don't be, upset. But what I observe, there is a lot of guys who just blah, blah, blah. A lot, unfortunately. I don't have, it's just like, we don't have this. We have much less this in Ukraine. Let's put it this way. If Ukrainian people, if Ukrainian men say, it's like, in most of cases, this is done, this is words. It's like, if people invite you to come over for a dinner, they mean it, they're waiting for you, it's just like, people don't spread words that they don't mean. So when Ukrainian woman meet this man, Western man, who is telling you these all beautiful things, for her it's like everything happened. She already sleep overnight, imagining how they meet, and maybe then possibly how's wedding will be, whatever fantasy, her dreams, where they lead her. And of course, it's very painful then to deal with this, seeing this frustration and like explaining her, and just trying to was change her focus on seeing in these good things, like, maybe it's better, this is not your man. But it's hard because like her fantasies like blew up, and like, her hopes blew up, and it's hard, it's like, it's hard for us to take this hope from her, and then we don't understand what's going on. Because one thing, when men at least, come back to us and he say, listen, like, I'm going through this now, like, I will get back, in these days, and like, we have open dialogue, and we're trying to find, solution and something, and we can tell at least something lady. But when we don't have dialogue, this is cruel. That's what it is. Thank you, Vatvat. Yeah, yes, please link this part one video. It's very important, and it's very different system how they rate SMV of the man. So this one, number one, reliability. And reliability also includes this thing of being gentleman, because this is like part of it, you see. And this is first what they also looking for. And then responsibility, this is, yeah, like, if he's have wind in his goal, in his, in his head, he just likes tourists, he's not into serious relationship. Because what is family? This is when, readiness man to take responsibility, and so if it's not there, for most Ukrainian women, if they're at this age when they want family, it's just not, this man is not subject to marriage material man, and then yeah, in description below you can find this video. And then next, it's commonality, it's common interests, life goals. Yes, it's values, values, what you're set, what's you. It's important to have here, you have here. And when we have like, introduction, sometimes like, on a call, people find out about like, that maybe what they're looking right now, it's just very, like, not matching. We always appreciate like honesty from man and from woman, to like, to be honest with herself, if you, with herself or himself, if you just don't feel this is deal breaker for you, no purpose to continue, no purpose, just like, be honest with yourself, be honest with us. And we appreciate when women, honestly tell about how she feels, what she find out, that if she has some deal breakers. Oh, I scream so loud, my voice now. So guys, you can find in, yeah. And then already after this, only the how he looks, chemistry, and like, I mean, and inner man, yeah, this chemistry, yeah, it's always will be, you see, chemistry very hard to express through photo. So it's also like thing that she's looking during call, I mean, but she would, if you're not very handsome, you would have, if it's like older, because the younger we go, they in higher SMV, so like they more picky, it's obvious, right? So this natural hypergamy, right? So like the older you go, they're more women, they already at this age where they look for inner qualities of the man more than how the way he looks, so they would like to come on a call and just meet person and see how she feels. But again, this five, it's this inner man, right? If she come like he's not he can be serious, he wants serious relationship, but if he come on a call and I don't know, he's very shy, he afraid to say a word, he afraid to look even in her eyes, um you know this is this is, you see, like when I say in the second position, responsible, responsibility. A man who is not confident in himself, he normally wouldn't go for taking responsibility, because this is comes from your own confidence, so this is already like sense, okay, okay, this guy just like, not sure so much about him, like it's just. And for her, you understand, when you date woman from another continent, for her this is huge step, to give up on all life and just, I don't know, go to move to you, um to nowhere. And I so much like, love from not love, but I mean, I understand that you're afraid that women can be desperate. We see that actually it's like a lot of women, they like, why, when they date now our clients, they was like, why he's talking about like me so quickly applying to, to like for a visa to USA, I didn't meet him even. They don't want to start this process to apply for visa. Those that high quality woman who's looking for love, to move, not just to country, to change country. No, they're looking in the first base, they're looking for man, for family. And so they want to move to America, high quality woman. They want first to meet you and to see if really this is, relationship. She see if, she has vision, or, your family, how she feel next to you, And there is can be a lot of things that, when you meet in real life, that um, give you understanding this is not yours, but also can be depends how, like how you successfully build relationship in distance. So my point is that if woman, I would tell you what, if woman very much okay, we're not talking about our ladies because this is not the case with our ladies. I say nothing changed. Ukrainian women as before war as now, they want to meet you before they go to your country. They want to meet you. Okay, now this is not in Ukraine, in Europe, somewhere you meet, but they want to meet you first. They don't want to fly to you nowhere, This is not changed. And so maybe you have less travel now, like 2 times maybe, and then you apply to visa, for example. For some couples, even 1 time, this is enough to, like, depends how quality conversation and distance they have, how deeply they already, like know each other. But what I mean, when women say you about like you start to date her, never saw her, and she's already like, when you will do visa for me, this is not the case with our ladies. But if you meet this lady, if you meet this girl and she, have her conversation like this, talk to you like this is huge red flag. This is those type of who looking just to, this is either she's looking to escape. This is low quality woman who just like take anyone and just to to accomplish her goals, life goals. Or this is second situation, it's just scammer who wants you to kind of, do documents, I don't know, to look at proper, and then to send money for a ticket or something, and then the way she scam you. So this is either ways, like real woman who's looking for you, like to the potential prospective soulmate, she wants to meet you first in somewhere in Europe to why she would start all this procedure with documents if she don't know you, like, until you really met. This is not this final, like, this is like another level of relationship, and this is what can give you this what can give her this green light to move ahead with documents. So when you say you're afraid that they will desperate, like I see from with our lady, it's a very different situation, like, and so you should be afraid. If you date her from free website or like low quality woman, I don't know the way you meet her, but with our ladies, I see this is not the point. I agree, all women I text and comment, they all say to come to their country first. Yes. And you know what? Why is that? Again, because traditional world, men come first. This is not, I am going to you and I'm like so strong and I can do everything, like, again, traditional world that actually not exist in Ukraine. Yeah, as our Monday video, we will be doing discussion reaction video to Connor client who say there is no traditional women in Ukraine on Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. You're welcome to join. So it makes me very confused, like, like we live in like I live in different country, like I don't know my people. So thank you, Spencer, for your comment. It's completely true. Again, it is part of traditional culture. And they can make now, of course, understanding that there is war in Ukraine, women make efforts to go abroad to meet with you, but this is different than to fly to America, do documents to a man that they never meet. Oh my goodness. First, she build a relationship with you. She see that you have like, certain level of relationship. Yeah. This is already, when you meet, this is new stage in relationship. And then next stage, when she fly to you and she see that everything, and she can try to imagine herself living there, not being under pressure, like before in KY visa, at any price now get married. So like, you don't have this pressure, guys. You have to like, take, it's better. It's much easier now. So, but yeah. So guys, I forget to tell you important news. Ay, Anichka. Okay, we started auction, and so I will just play now short clip. So if you're not aware, please read in description below all the details.
The ultimate purpose of this live stream is to hold another no-holds-barred auction. And some lucky bachelor is gonna win our ultimate matchmaking package that past clients have paid 10 grand for. But now you can practically steal it for pennies on the dollar. So here's what the high bidder's gonna win. 2 years of unlimited dating to meet as many of our 1,147 high-quality Ukrainian beauties as you want over, as I say, a 2-year period. Your own personal matchmaker to help you find the best lady for you. Unlimited success coaching with one of our superstar coaches. Okay, let the bidding continue.
Okay, so if you Paul, yeah, let's see final. But I see guys was not commenting on my question. What poll results. So 50 votes, a lot. Thank you guys for your activity. So yes, absolutely, 38%. Yes, if I understand right, this is already plus 16. Okay, it's 56. Not really 30%. I'm not sure. 16. Okay, so 56%. Yes, and so this not really. I don't know. Maybe you guys live just in the areas where it's like more traditional, like I understand here in Canada there is area where like British Columbia, more like California, with all things going on. And then like Alberta, it's like they call it rednecks, like more traditional. And there is a lot of like huge diaspora of Ukrainian people there, so they will know. So I believe it's also depends on, on the area where you live, but how much supports towards this movement government made in this area. But anyway, guys, it's always your, this is always your response to how to react to this. Of course, um it's like if you, I'll just it's like, I don't know, let's take it like this example. If you want to be with somebody as a friend, and this person, like, push you and not interested, how long, and like how much effort you will be doing to 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 make this friendship works, like person with a healthy, like, you know um self-esteem, love towards herself, she wouldn't be, pushy about it. She will be choosing people who wants to be a friend with her. So like the same with women, um when we want to treat him the way, the way we the way we was grew up, that set with our values, and it's not well perceived and appreciated, and like it's made you feel very discouraged. And I get that. And I just, if you have this energy, this nature of being very like traditional man, who wants to give this care, who feels in nature, desire mm, of giving, who wants to be a man, in relationship, not a woman. So you're welcome to our consultation, free matchmaking consultation. We have 1,150 beautiful brides for you. We're looking also for traditional men, and I think soon we also maybe through this like young Ukrainian Canadian woman that I was talking about, maybe she would want, who was raised in Canada but by very traditional parents, and who was struggling to find this traditional man. And so here, and I understand, like we that bridge that, keep this uh, helping to meet those people with these needs, with the natural harmonic needs of being, happily integrated in their natural role in the family, right? So we will be happy to answer all your questions, and just guide you through this process, how we can be helpful for you. And also it's our way to interview you as well, because you guys, we for 4 years I mean, I'm personally for 4 years hear all type of requests, and it's just like some of them just really funny. But anyway, hey, you're free to want to wherever you want, but like we also need to feel confident we can help you, so like it should make sense, so for us, what you're looking for. And so yeah, I've talked to dozens of and know their aunts karmas, so we find men visa countries that speaks English. I'm looking online now. Now in our native Russians flight without visa most third. Okay, I don't know. Spencer. Yeah, this is our thank you Vatvad registration link. Anyway, so like we just making this journey as smooth as possible for you, saving your time, saving your nervous system, mostly time, to help you, as well as our ladies, they're just living now in different countries, even in Ukraine, being relocated, going through times where they need to, taking care about their, basic needs, and just don't have time for, sitting. Some of them have 2-3 jobs. I mean, depends where they live and what's going on, so yeah, they're just happy, and they, happy to know that we can be that help for them, very needed, that we will pre-select men, pre-interview them, and to make sure, they have the same intention that our ladies have. And so this journey will be much faster for both, both sides. Okay. So guys, I'm very grateful for you being with me today. I'm blah 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 1.5 hour today. It's great, and we'll see you on Monday. One more reminder: we will have topic about there is no traditional women in Ukraine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, reaction video. So if you wonder how it happened that we live in one country and have different opinion, welcome to come on our live stream and maybe find answers. And also, I've done myself video about traditional women, and probably, yeah, Connor was also commenting on it, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, yeah, there was a lot of comments from guys who have extensive dating experience in Ukraine, and they always writing that also, like, with the age category, like 30 plus, they never met like really feministic women in Ukraine. So anyway, but there is factors to it, right? As I said in my video, there is age and where she grew up, and yeah, those things. So anyway, it's still according to what I share with you today. I mean, will feministic woman enjoy, or like, let you to carry back, open door, or like, those things? This is just opposite, as I understand, from everything that I see. It's just, yeah, it's just like, I don't need, I can do it by myself. So like, this is very needed in Ukraine and very appreciated. So if you have this care and desire to give women, you just need to give it to right people who appreciate as this friendship, to make friends with all people who wants to be a friend, not running after people, chasing somebody, or woman as well, who, if she don't, let it go, she don't want to be with you, like, I mean, we're talking about that too, about pursuing, chasing, pursuing, there's different things. So, but yeah, just yeah, Monday. Thank you, Edmund. So guys, thank you again one more time, and see you on Monday then. On Monday. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.